I felt it again. That prickly sensation crawling down my spine like a warning, the kind that makes you know someone's watching you. I tried to play it cool, pretend I was just focused on my iced latte and the midterm notes spread across my table at the campus cafe. But my eyes flicked up anyway, betraying me. And there he was. Him. Sitting in the far corner, hood pulled low, one hand lazily draped over his chair, the other wrapped around a black coffee he probably wasn't even drinking. His eyes, God, those eyes, were locked on me like I was the only thing in the world. And the worst part? He didn't look away when I caught him, not even for a second. I snapped my gaze back to my notes, heart thudding. This wasn't the first time. For 3 weeks now, the mysterious boy had been everywhere. In the library, near my dorm, walking past the lecture halls, always watching. I didn't even know his name, but everyone else did. Luca Romano. And apparently, he wasn't just some random guy. Rumor was he was the heir to a Mafia empire. And for some reason, he was obsessed with me. "Why do you look like you've seen a ghost?" my best friend Maya asked, sliding into the seat across from me. I forced a laugh. "It's nothing, just tired." Maya followed my gaze over my shoulder. Oh, don't tell me it's him again." I hissed, "Shut up," and tried to cover my notes, as if they were classified government files. But Maya was grinning, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "You mean to tell me Luca freaking Romano is staring at you again? Girl, that's not creepy, that's hot." "Hot? He looks like he's plotting my murder," I whispered back. Maya leaned in. "That's just his face. But if I were you, I'd let him plot away." I rolled my eyes. But deep down, a tiny, dangerous thrill coiled in my stomach. Still, I forced myself to be rational. "Maya, he's literally Mafia. Like crime, danger, blood on his hands, Mafia." "Allegedly," she corrected with a smirk. I shoved a fry at her to shut her up. But even as I joked, I couldn't stop thinking, why me? Out of all the girls on campus, richer, prettier, more interesting, why did Luca Romano look at me like he was his obsession? I thought maybe if I ignored him long enough, he'd get bored and move on. I was wrong. It happened on a rainy Thursday night. I was walking home, hoodie pulled up, earbuds in, trying not to get soaked. The streets were quieter than usual, too quiet. And then I heard footsteps behind me. My chest tightened. I sped up. The footsteps sped up. I spun around, ready to swing my umbrella at some creep, and almost dropped it when I saw him. Luca. He didn't flinch, didn't apologize, didn't even look embarrassed. He just stood there in the rain, all black clothes clinging to him, his gaze fixed on me like I was prey. "What do you want?" I snapped, my voice shaking despite my attempt at bravery. He stepped closer, raindrops dripping from his hair. "You shouldn't walk home alone at night." I blinked. "Excuse me?" "It's dangerous." His tone was low, calm, like he wasn't standing there stalking me, but doing me some kind of favor. "I can take care of myself," I shot back, clutching my umbrella like a sword. A smirk tugged at his lips. "I know. That's why I like you." And before I could say anything else, he turned and disappeared into the shadows, leaving me trembling and confused. After that night, things escalated. He didn't just watch me anymore. He started showing up. If I walked into class late, there he was in the back row. If I went to the bookstore, he was already at the counter. When I grabbed coffee, he was the one holding the door open. Always near, always watching. And the strangest part? Nobody ever questioned it. People looked at him with fear, like they knew better than to interfere. But I couldn't ignore him forever, so one day I snapped. "Why are you following me?" I demanded after class, cornering him by the stairwell. He tilted his head, as if the answer was obvious. "Because you're mine." My brain short-circuited. "Excuse me?" "You'll understand soon." His voice was soft, but his eyes burned with something terrifyingly intense. And then, like always, he walked away, leaving me breathless and furious. I thought he was just delusional, that I could laugh it off, avoid him, and eventually he'd give up. I didn't realize how real it all was until the night of the attack. Maya and I were leaving a party, tipsy and laughing, when a group of guys stepped out from behind a car. "Hey there, pretty thing," one of them sneered, blocking our path. Maya grabbed my arm. My stomach dropped. There were 4 of them, all bigger than us. I tried to push past, but one grabbed my wrist. "Let go of me!" I shouted, panic flaring. And then, out of nowhere, chaos. 1 second, the guy was holding me. The next, he was on the ground, groaning. Luca. He moved like a storm, silent, fast, brutal. Punches landed, bones cracked, blood splattered across the pavement. Within minutes, the 4 guys were unconscious, and Luca was standing over them, breathing hard, knuckles bloodied. And then he turned to me. "You see now?" His voice was low, urgent. "You're not safe without me." I wanted to scream, to push him away, but the truth hit me like a freight train. He had just saved me, and I didn't know if I was terrified or grateful. For days, I couldn't sleep. His words replayed in my head. "You're not safe without me." Why? Why me? Finally, I confronted him again. This time, he didn't smirk. Instead, he leaned close, his eyes searching mine. "You really don't know this, do you?" My heart pounded. What? His lips brushed against my ear, his voice like a secret meant only for me. "They're after you because of who you are." I froze. "What do you mean, because of who I am?" Luca's jaw tightened. "You're not just some random girl. You're the key to everything." And before I could demand answers, gunshots rang out in the distance. He grabbed my hand. "Run." Gunshots cracked in the distance, slicing through the night. Luca yanked me into a side alley, his grip iron around my hand. My heart was sprinting faster than my legs. "Why are we running?" I gasped. "Because someone wants you dead," he growled, pulling me against the wall as a black SUV screeched past. The headlights flashed across his face, revealing the cut on his cheek from earlier. He didn't even flinch. "What are you talking about? I don't know anyone in the Mafia. You're not just anyone," he snapped. His hand tightened on my wrist like he was afraid I'd vanish. "You're the reason they're here." Confusion and terror knotted inside me. "What the hell do you mean?" He leaned in, his breath hot against my ear. "You're connected to them, to me, and that makes you a target." I didn't even have time to process it because the SUV screeched to a halt. Men spilled out with guns, and Luca pulled out one too. It was like watching a movie in slow motion. Flashes of gunfire, the metallic stench of blood, Luca dragging me behind cover. He moved with deadly precision, each shot purposeful, his jaw clenched like a man used to violence. When the last body hit the pavement, silence returned, except for my shaky breathing. Luca didn't look at the corpses. He just turned to me, eyes burning. "We need to leave. Now." He shoved me into a black car waiting nearby. I wanted to scream, demand answers, run, but my body betrayed me. I followed. The car ride was a blur, rain smearing across the windows, Luca's bloody hands on the steering wheel, my mind replaying the gunshots like a broken record. Finally, we pulled into a gated property, a mansion, shadowed and sprawling. "What is this place?" I whispered. "Safe house. Mine." He led me inside, past marble floors and chandeliers. It wasn't just wealth, it was power carved into stone. I should have felt safer, but I didn't. Because this wasn't protection, it was captivity. The room he gave me was bigger than my entire dorm, with silk sheets and a window overlooking the dark city, but the door locked from the outside. "Are you seriously keeping me here?" I yelled when he returned with a tray of food. Luca's expression was unreadable. "You'll thank me when you're alive tomorrow." I shoved the tray away. "You can't just kidnap me." He leaned down, his voice razor sharp. This isn't kidnapping. This is survival. His eyes softened then, dangerously, and I won't let them take you from me. I hated how my heart stuttered, hated that a part of me wondered what it would be like to belong to someone so fiercely, but another part of me whispered, what if he's the danger? Days blurred in the mansion. Guards lingered outside every door. Luca was in and out, always tense, always armed. But one night I overheard him on the phone. They've made their move. Yes, the DeLuca family. They want the girl. I froze. The girl. Me. I backed away, but Luca caught me in the hall. His jaw clenched. You were listening. I swallowed hard. The DeLucas. Why do they want me? His silence was worse than any lie. Finally, he said, because of your father. I blinked. My father? He's a freaking accountant in Chicago. Luca's lips curved into something between pity and fury. No, princess. That's the story you were told. The truth is bloodier. My knees nearly gave out, and for the first time, I wondered if everything I knew about myself was a lie. That night, Luca didn't let me sleep. He sat on the edge of my bed, his gun resting casually on his thigh. You deserve to know, he said. Your father was once part of this world. He left, betrayed people, stole something, and now they think you have it. I shook my head, tears blurring my vision. That's insane. I didn't even know. He leaned closer, his hand brushing my cheek. I believe you, but they won't. To them, you're leverage. To me, his voice dropped, husky. You're the only thing that matters. I wanted to shove him away, scream, but my body betrayed me. My breath hitched and my heart ached at the raw obsession in his eyes. I'm not yours, I whispered. His lips curved. You've been mine from the start. You just don't see it yet. The next day, the mansion wasn't so safe anymore. One of Luca's guards betrayed him. I found it when I heard shouting, then gunfire inside the house. Luca burst into my room, grabbed my hand, and dragged me through a hidden passage. They've infiltrated, he snarled. Someone sold us out. We ran through dark hallways, the sound of battle echoing behind us. My chest burned, legs screaming, but Luca never slowed. When we finally burst into the night, he shoved me into another car. His hands were trembling, not from fear, but fury. They won't stop until they have you. And I realized with icy clarity, if I stayed with him, I'd drown in his bloody world. But if I left him, I'd die. Hours later, we stopped at another hideout. Luca was pacing, his shirt soaked in blood, not his own. His eyes flicked to me like I was oxygen he couldn't live without. You need to decide, he said finally. My chest tightened. Decide what? His gaze burned through me. Whether you're running from me or with me. Silence swallowed the room. My heart thundered. Run from him and maybe find freedom, or stay and become part of his deadly world. Both choices terrified me. But the scariest thing, I wasn't sure which one I wanted more. I didn't get time to choose, because the DeLucas found us first. Explosions ripped through the night as the safe house went up in flames. Luca shoved me to the ground, shielding me with his body as fire lit the sky. Bullets whizzed past, screams echoed. Everything was chaos. But all I could hear was Luca's voice, raw and desperate. I won't lose you. Not now, not ever. And for the first time, I believed him. Not because he was my savior, not because he was Mafia, but because his obsession burned hotter than the fire around us. And maybe, just maybe, I wanted to burn with him. The smoke cleared, bodies littered the ground, and in the silence after the storm, Luca dropped to his knees in front of me. Blood stained his hands, his face, his soul. But his eyes, those terrifying, beautiful eyes, were only on me. You still don't get it, he whispered. You think this is chance? It's not. My breath caught. What do you mean? His next words shattered everything I thought I knew. I knew your father. I swore to protect his daughter. That's you. You've always been mine to protect. Mine to claim. Tears blurred my vision. My world tilted. This wasn't just obsession. This was destiny. Twisted, bloody, terrifying destiny. And as his hands cupped my face, I realized even scarier. Part of me wanted it, wanted him. If you enjoyed watching this story, we would truly appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us and keeps us motivated to create more emotional and inspiring stories for you.